Hi everyone, it's Ashley with Go and Crochet-Z, and for today we're going over part one of a two-part series that I am going to do about free Instagram patterns that you can make today if you want to. If you have Instagram and you have some yarn and a hook at home, we're all going to be specific to characters that you all love and know. So characters from books, movies, TV shows, etc. So all things that you already know a little bit about and that people have put out free patterns for on Instagram for you to go ahead and love on and make your favorite characters. So I have 6 of them today. I have to put this in a two-part series because I have so many that I want to make. So I'll probably have another 6 in the next part of this once I get those made. I haven't made them yet, and that's why we are splitting it up into 2 parts. But I'm going to get right into things, and we are going to start with the smallest and work our way up to the biggest items. I'm going to start with this cute mini little buddy here, and this is the Pocket Kirby by Nimmo Crochet. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Nimmo Crochet. And this guy was so quick and easy to make. I actually ended up making 4 of these back to back because I had the yarn and they were so little and cute and lovely. I thought they would be wonderful for my tiny bin creations, and so I made a bunch of these, and I don't believe I had any issues with this pattern. It was quick, easy, like I said, fun, creative, very easy to follow. The baubles landed right where they were supposed to land. I didn't have to do any adjustments or anything. I gave him a little oval shaped eyes, and I switched up the color of the blush from the feet, but I think in the pattern it actually has the same color blush as the feet, so you don't have to switch that color up. I just did because I had extra colors around, and so here he is, very cute and sweet, and definitely can make a bunch of these in one sitting for a market if you have a market coming up and you like doing characters. The next little guy I made was this No Sew Baby Groot by Q.Squared.Crochet, and he is so sweet. I was struggling with eye size. I had only 2 big or 2 little eyes. I went with the little ones. I think I would give him slightly bigger eyes on the next one, but he was lovely to make, very quick once again, great for using up scrap yarn, just like this guy. These are great for using up your scrap yarns. You do have to go searching. It calls for a disc for the top of the head. You do have to flip through the pages a bunch. It is in there because it does say is a mod on the pattern. So at first I thought maybe I needed to go purchase a pattern to find that disc, but you just flip through like 4 pages and it does have the disc in the back. So you don't have to go searching for a different pattern. Everything is in this pattern, but yeah, it's just kind of a little further through the pattern, so just read through the pattern and you will be able to find that. But he turned out so cute. I really like him. Next time I'm going to give him a little bit bigger eyes. I just have to find bigger eyes to give to him, but I think he is so sweet and fun. I might add some extra vines or something to add a little bit more green to him, but this was exactly how the pattern was. I didn't have any issues with bobbles, stitches, or anything. It's all very quick and easy. A great pattern to do up if you are into Groot. I might even give him like a little smile or something too, just to add a little bit more detailing to him. But yeah, he was quick, easy, and fun to make. No issues with him. The next pattern I did was the Magical Golden Ball by Blossom and Bovine, and I have been wanting to do a golden snitch forever. I actually had another pattern in my queue on Instagram for an ornament. I think this would be a great ornament too if you just added a little hanger. I used Parfait Chunky for all of these guys so far that I've talked about, and I like the size of it. I think this would be a good size for a Christmas tree as well if you wanted to add it as like an ornament, or even have it dangling in your rear view mirror. You could add a string for that. I think that would be a decent size to have. And then if you wanted to make it even smaller, you could do worsted weight with it. Didn't have any issues with this pattern. It's very simple. It's a ball and then the two wings, you sew the wings onto it. So very, very easy. So there is some sewing on this. There's no sewing on either of these guys, but there is a little bit of sewing on him, but it's so simple and quick that it doesn't really matter. I liked how it even had this tapering on the end to make it so the wings kind of bend in like that. Really good, quick, easy pattern once again. So if you are a Harry Potter fan, that's a great one for you to try out. Moving on to 3 bigger items now. So the next one I made was this Pika Chubby by Inako.studio. And it was so sweet. I have this yarn. So this was with Bernat blanket yarn and in the School Bus Yellow. And then this is the Premier Basics Chenille yarn in the brown. I don't like this School Bus Yellow because it's thick and hurts my hands, and it doesn't feel good on my hands. So that's the only issue I had with this pattern. I think if I had used a different yarn that was softer and better on my hands, it would have turned out even cuter. But this is what I ended up with. I think he is sweet, and I think someone will definitely fall in love with him. Pokemon is a big thing, and so I think someone will love on him, and he's just so chunky and squishy. I don't think I had any issues with this pattern. There is some sewing. You have to sew the ears on. You actually surface crochet this tail on. I accidentally stitched it in too close here. I wish I would have stitched it in with the tail poking out a little bit further to the side, but it was too late. Once I had secured it, I wasn't going to go back in and redo that. So just note to self, when you are adding the tail, make sure that before you add that little extra stitch to hold it into place, you poke it out a little bit more. And yeah, I thought this was fun, quick, easy pattern to make, and no issues, no complaints. It will sit up on its own, which is always fun. And it's a pretty good size so that you can see it from a distance. You definitely know who it is, but it doesn't have crazy details into it that makes him take forever to make. He's pretty quick to make. The next pattern I have is this Mini Forest Dweller by Fox and Faye Crochet. And if you know Star Wars, then you would say this is a little Ewok. I just thought he was so sweet and cute, and I just had to make him. I love his little toes, and his little baubles on the toes make him just adorable. So this guy is one body piece, and then you crochet the hat separate, and then you sew the ears onto the hat, and then you add the little detailing after. Color changes were beautiful, no issues. You do sew the arms on, so there is some sewing, but it's not too crazy heavy. I did notice, so this is Premier Basics Chenille yarn, and this is Bernat blanket, because I didn't have orange in my Basics Chenille that would have worked for this pattern. And so I went with the Bernat blanket, and I did notice I followed the pattern exactly, and the hat was a little too big on his Premier Basics Chenille body. So I ended up adding some stitching right here to tighten it up, and I think I like it because it kind of gave it more of this crooked look, like that. And so I actually like that I had that little mistake. All I had to do was cinch it over, and then I just tacked it down with this brown from the sewing on the ears. I tacked it down with the brown, and you can just see a teeny tiny little fuzz of where I had tacked it down. So I had to just you know, folded it over and made it there. And I think it actually kind of added a little bit more fun to it because it adds this angle up, gives it a little bit more detail. No issues with this pattern. I definitely would make this pattern again. I am thinking this is going to be a present to my friend for her birthday because she just absolutely loves anything Star Wars, and I think she would absolutely love this guy. So I think he will be a gift to a friend. But I don't know, he might go and visit some markets with me just to see what people think of him, if they recognize who he is, before I do gift it to her. But he was a lot of fun. Slight sewing, nothing too crazy. I would definitely make him again. I really enjoyed him. Now we're getting into the last pattern of this series, and that is going to be the Bandana Turtle by punyhuman.crafts. And he was so quick and fun to make, definitely for his size and his detailing. So you do crochet the arms separately. To be honest, I don't remember if you crochet them within the round or you sew them on. I'm pretty sure you crochet them within the round. Then you make the 2 legs, you build up all the way up to the head, close off at the head. Then you have to make the belly patch, and then you have to make the turtle shell and the little bandana on the back. So there's lots of little pieces and details to it, but he is a detailed character on his own. He's a Ninja Turtle, so he does have, you know, all those specifics to him. I did sew the shell on wrong. I was supposed to keep the front loops popping out to make it look more like shell-like, and I accidentally sewed them down. So that was a me error. I did explain it in the pattern, how to sew it on and how to connect the shell, but I was at a market when I was making him, and so I was a little distracted and totally did it wrong, but that's okay. That's, you know, human error. I probably will make all 4 colors for this guy. My nephew loves the Ninja Turtles, so I was thinking this would be a fun little present to give to him. Having all 4 of the Ninja Turtles for like Christmas or something, I think he would enjoy that. So that is why I made this guy, and yeah, he was a lot of fun too. So there you go. There are 6 patterns I did within a week of each other, so they don't take super long to make. There's some small and there's some large. I think these 2 guys on a little swing for the cart would be really sweet. This with a little hanger for the cart would be sweet, or they're just fun on their own. And then these guys are a great size to have for just anytime, anywhere, and just to have sitting out as a fun little plushie to have. But that is everything for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry I'm kind of rushing through this because I am due for I am due to go to a market, and so I am kind of rushing to get this filmed so I can bring these guys to a market to share with you guys how they do at a market as well in a later vlog. But yeah, that is everything I have for you guys today. So thank you all for joining in for yet another video with me on pattern reviewing and free Instagram patterns. I am thinking about doing a free Pinterest pattern roundup if anyone is interested in that, because I know some people don't have Instagram, so maybe doing a Pinterest pattern roundup would be another idea. Let me know if you think you would like that, or if you have any patterns that you would like me to try out that you have pinned to a board and never done, and I would love to do that. But for now, that is everything. I will talk to you guys all on the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below who was your favorite character that I made today. Add a little heart emoji to let me know you got all the way through this video. And I'm going to talk to you guys all on the next one, especially on part 2 of this. So see you guys later. Bye.